When I tell you everybody's not your friend, lock it the fuck in. Because I'm not saying that just to talk. I'm saying it because you never know what people really think about you. You can think you close to somebody your whole life, but in reality, they just plotting your downfall. And this case right here is a prime example. This girl was only 20 years old, and she knew all these people, and they tortured her in 2 different locations, SA'd her, and then unalived her, and recorded almost everything, and posted it on Facebook, and went live while they were doing it. Apparently, she was only 20 years old when she arrived home, and all the suspects were waiting for her at her house. She was then held hostage and then took into another location where she was tortured for hours. They told her if she unlocked her phone, they would let her go. But during the time, she was beaten, stripped, handcuffed, and spat on, and forced to perform oral on the guys while being held at gunpoint to the back of her head. This woman had a 3-year-old daughter. She was able to get a text message out to her family where she told them that she was being held captive in apartment 3 by those suspects, but they didn't get to her in time. Because after they tortured her in that location, they proceeded to take her to another location where they told her that she had to perform sexual acts again on the male suspects. And if they didn't like it, they were going to unalive her. On the live, she was screaming, "Y'all want let me go, y'all want let me go." And you can hear the other suspects screaming and laughing, saying, "You're going to DIE today, you're going to DIE today." She was found at an illegal dumping site underneath a mattress, some road called Dead Man's Road. But this is people that she knew. 7 people tortured this girl. 7 people that she probably trusted. So when I say everybody ain't your fucking friend, lock that shit the fuck in.
This was the first thing I saw when I got on Facebook this morning. That 7 people had been arrested and charged with the disappearance and death of Mahogany Jackson. Some were charged with sodomy, assault, and injury with a weapon. 7 people. This was the young lady that texted her family her location. They went there and was told that she wasn't there, for her to later be found on the side of the road shot. 7 people. Not one of you advocated for her. Not one of you let an adult know outside of the situation that it was taking place. I'm sorry, in my opinion, this was planned and executed. Because there's no way 7 people were involved and this went as far as it went. I don't even care what the reason is. All of you deserve to rot. Ain't no way y'all parents raised y'all to be on some shit like this. Morals went all out the window. Morality went out the window. This is fucking disgusting.
Y'all, anytime I see 8 mugshots associated with one person's death, I have to wonder what kind of a hell that person went through before they passed away. And police are telling us that some of the details that are coming forward on this Mahogany Jackson case are so barbaric that they can't even be shared with the public. Send police, held hostage, don't call, apartment 3. That was the last text that this 20-year-old Alabama mother was able to send to her own mother, along with the ping of her location. So Mahogany's mother, along with the police, showed up at that location and were told that Mahogany was no longer there. Hours later, a motorist spotted her body on the side of the road. Police arrived at that location, and they pronounced her dead at the scene of an apparent GSW to the head. Police have told us that the facts of this case are so disturbing and that Mahogany was tortured so badly by her so-called friends and acquaintances that they can't even tell us everything that happened. It's that awful. What we do know is this. The chief has told us that this is absolutely one of the worst cases that he has ever seen or ever worked in his entire career. We also know that the charges in this case are sexual in nature. They are all associated with either kidnapping, murder, or capital murder. And police say that the assailants actually recorded everything on video. It's been said that all of these people were acquaintances of Mahogany's and that this argument may have stemmed from an argument over a little bit of money, and that Mahogany may have said something about somebody's boyfriend that they did not like. So as you can see here, this was a young mom herself. I'm covering up her daughter's face because obviously this poor girl's going to go through enough not having a mom in her life as she grows up. It's not very often that police come forward and say that there's not much they can say because the details of the case are so barbaric.
This is the most disturbing case I've heard of. 7 people sat around tortured her. I just can't believe this. And I think a lot of people don't realize women can be just as dangerous as men. A lot of those specific type of charges were pertaining to the female suspects. My condolences to Mahogany's family because I know they tried their best to help her. And sadly, I think this is another case of police neglecting to do their actual job. No friendship is ever worth being taken away from your family. You never know someone's true intentions about you. There are people out here who don't show their evil on the outside. And to think that some of these people who are being charged with this crime had children, I'm really at a loss for words right now. I hope they put them people underneath the jail. I pray that their karma comes back tenfold, because this is truly just sickening. Rest in peace, Miss Mahogany Jackson.
I just listened to the whole Mahogany Jackson story and I just feel so bad. My heart is literally hurting for this girl, for her family, for her child. She had a group of 8 friends that SA'd her, unalived her. It was 4 guys, 4 girls. They are locked up now, and I hope that whatever comes with them being in prison, I'm sorry, they deserve any and everything that they get in there. Because the way that they tortured that girl was like unbelievable. Then took her to another location, SA'd her there, tortured her there, and then she ended up on the side of the road because somebody shot her in the head. So when I say this to y'all, I really mean it wholeheartedly. Tighten up with your friend group and those people that you are thinking in your head like, oh, they just say little weird things to me. They do little weird things. This is not a climate where we are able to give people passes anymore for things like that. People are really out here intentionally here to hurt you, intentionally here to harm you. You have to tighten up and become so much more sharper, because unfortunately, you cannot fall in love with people's potential in your life anymore, whether it be friendships or in a relationship, whatever it is, because there are really people out here like this. She thought that these people were her people and her friends. I don't care how many people will call me Hollywood. I don't care how many people say, oh, Leah, you changed. No, I got boundaries now. And there's literally, I could count on my hand the amount of people that know where I live, and it's not a lot of people, and that's a real thing too. Some people invite any and all people to their house. There's not a lot of people that know where I live, and that's just for safety, and that's because my home is my safe space. I don't feel like everybody should just be welcome into your home like that. I'm very particular with who I want inside of my home, and I just wanted to tell y'all to please just tighten up. If y'all need help with discernment, pray for that. Like, I literally prayed to God to have good discernment, to only invite the greatest of people inside of my space, inside of my home. Like, it is a different world right now, and people's masks are insane, and people will really act like they love you and really try to harm you or try to set you up. So look at what's around you, look at the friendships that you have, and just make sure that everybody is like A1, because I promise you, every single friend that I've cut off, every single family member I've cut off, because let's talk about it, this is not just for friendships, this is relationship, this can be within the family too. I've done it before, trust me. There are certain signs or red flags in people too, to where it usually takes something huge for them to do for you to cut them off. But even before that huge thing happened, I guarantee you there was little things in between that you were like, that was weird, I should have cut that person off then, but you didn't, because you had hope for them, because you loved them, because you had a history with them. That does not matter anymore, and I need y'all to know that.
Ooh, y'all, I am pissed. Do you hear me? And I don't care nothing about putting these little kids' names up here, because they really ain't no little kids. You got a 26-year-old all the way down to 18, and y'all were grown enough to put your hands on somebody and then unalive them and then record it? This baby was 20 years old. Birmingham, I am disgusted. And what makes it even worse is there's 2 types of people right now who are interested in this story. The people who are genuinely concerned and interested in the family and the person who was unalived, and the people who are being nosy and want to see the video. You're sick. And you wonder why I don't be quick to call everybody my friend. Fuck no. This girl thought she had some real friends, and the same friends she called her friends were them friends that unalived her. No. So I'm just making this video for awareness, because I don't know. I know TikTok is nationwide and everybody sees different stuff, but I'm just putting some awareness on my city, because this is ridiculous. And this is just the one that I'm actually pinpointing. We've had so many homicide cases in the past month. It's ridiculous. Birmingham Police Department, I'm glad that y'all were able to find these people and arrest them and they get treated accordingly. But that doesn't take away from the fact that a 20-year-old lost her life. It does not. And this needs to stop. All of this senseless killing and these hate crimes and this black on black crime, and we gotta stop this. I'm sick of it.